Maryland basketball. It's going to be a whiteout on Wednesday from the XFINITY Center in College Park. And you know, God's favorite host of the Flex Zone podcast, only place giving you your sports, but most importantly, your Terps coverage. Football, basketball, recruiting, and other news and sports. Right here on the Flex Zone podcast. How you want it, when you need it. Whiteout Wednesday, the Big Ten Conference opener. Ooh, college basketball season is heating up, and we're heating up even with the cold weather outside here on the Flex Zone podcast. Slam up that subscribe button, lay up that like button, go ahead and block that bell, and make sure you check in to the game and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Terps basketball, Terps football, anything about you're a fan of the Ohio State. Before you get to Christmas, your favorite memory from this past Thanksgiving, your favorite dish, your favorite emoji. Comment down below. It helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, and we appreciate you being here for another Maryland Terps video on the Flex Zone podcast. Let's get to it. Maryland at 7-1 welcomes in the Ohio State, who is 5-2, as both teams will play their Big Ten Conference opener on Wednesday at 6:30 from the XFINITY Center, and it's going to be a big-time, big, emphasis on big, 10 matchup, conference play underway, and that's good for college basketball. College basketball conference play just lets me know the season is really underway, and we're really kicking it into that next gear. It kind of threw a lot of the easier games in your schedule, a lot of the paycheck games, as we like to call them, and you're going into the meat and potatoes of your season, your schedule, and playing teams that you're going to have to beat to progress and make the tournament. Teams in your conference, like teams in your division in the NFL. This is an example of that. Maryland opens Big Ten play this week at home against the Ohio State. Tip-off is at 6:30 on Big Ten Network, and it will be a whiteout as fans can listen to the game on the Maryland Sports Radio Network with Johnny Holliday, with Chris Knoche, and Cat Williams. I say Cat Williams, Walt Williams, the Wizard Walt Williams, former Maryland Terp. Excuse me. Terps are riding a 4-game win streak entering Big Ten play and have gone 6-1 at home this year. Maryland entered the initial NET ranking, so this is what they look at the total rating about you getting to the tournament as the number 23 ranked team in the country. That was released on Monday. Maryland has been explosive offensively, averaging 86.8 points this year, which ranks as the 4th best in program history and ranks number 33 in the nation defensively. The Terps are just giving up 58.6 points per game, which is 9th nationally and the best for the program since 1960. Again, a whiteout. Join us for the annual whiteout game presented by Pepsi. All 4,000 students will receive a whiteout t-shirt and newspaper. Halftime, a 3-point shootout sponsored by Pepsi, will take place at halftime. And season switches. Save on a ticket. Save on any ticket for a December game and get one free, or get a free shirt. So you save on a ticket for any December game and you get a free t-shirt. So some free marketing there, Terps. Send free stuff. You want to send me a free t-shirt for covering the egregious football season we just watched, but I'm going to ride with you with basketball. Terps are massively improved at this point as they were last season as they get ready to start Big Ten play. They were 4-3 before heading into that first Big Ten game last year against Indiana. Through 7 games last year, Maryland was only averaging 70. We just talked about it, them averaging 86.8, which is 4th in program history. As mentioned, Maryland was averaging 70 points and allowing 62.7. They're only now allowing, 58.6. So the Terps have also shot 42% from the field, 23.8% from three-point, and 67.9% at the free throw line. So they were not doing well shooting. We know about that. 23% from the three-point line, 67% from the free throw line. That's just not going to get it done. This year, Maryland's averaging 16 points more per game, 86.8, giving up 4.1 field points, 58.6, and the seen improvement in each shooting area. 0.498 from the field, 0.338 from 3, and 0.735 from the free throw line, which is very, very important. Maryland has 4 players just a half point away from 5 players averaging double figures this year compared to just 3 last year. Jameer Young, Julian Reese, and Dante Scott. So I guess this year we'll be looking at Julian Reese, Derek Queen, Malachi Palmer, Rodney Rice, Deshaun Harris-Smith, I guess. Speaking of which, here we go. After not playing in a collegiate game for over 600 days, Rodney Rice has shaken off any rust. The sophomore guard broke out for his best game against Mount St. Mary's with 28 points, 10 of 14, 26 in the first half, making them the first Big Ten player since Luke Garza to have 27 points in the first half at Michigan on December 6th. The Terps have 26 or more points in any half. The 26 or more points, that was 26 or more points in any half. The last person the Terps to do that was Jameer Young in January 17, 2024. He had 28 points in the second. Rice made his first start with the win over Canisius and fourth on the team at 12.5 points per game. Most three-pointers with 18 and hitting 40%. Julian Reese, Juju, he entered as one of the best Big Ten big men recognized nationally last year, getting recognition. 15 double-doubles last season, which was ninth most and second in the Big Ten. He has 25 double-doubles in his career after 14 and 11 over the win over Alcorn State. Dating back to 1996 and 1997, Reese has the fifth most double-doubles for any Terp. Derek Queen, the fabulous freshman, leads the team in scoring, 16.5 points per game. Second best among Maryland freshmen dating back to 1947 through 1948. 18 of the top 26 freshman scores in program history were selected in the NBA draft. Derek Queen probably will not be long for the wear here at College Park. Queen is expected to be a part of a expectedly nationally ranked freshman class, fifth overall in rookie scoring and top center among all NCAA freshmen. And since 2008, 2009, there have been 34 20-point games by Maryland freshmen in his first 8 games. Derek Queen already has 4. Derek Queen opened his police career with double-doubles, the most since 1993 to 1994. He's just one of 13 Terps to post a double-double during his rookie season. Real quick, Ohio State comes into this game 5-2, loses to number 22 ranked Texas A&M and number 18 ranked Pittsburgh. So Ohio State has had a tougher schedule than Maryland. Outside the Marquette game, maybe the Villanova game, Maryland hasn't played anybody that's ranked, but Villanova's not even ranked, so they have the lead there. They lost by 1 to Pittsburgh, which was a buzzer beater defeat. They won handily over Texas, Youngstown State, Evansville, Campbell, and Green Bay. My, oh my, how has Texas basketball descended while football has ascended? Basketball's descended. Remember, No Shaka Smart was kind of the nail in the coffin there. Jack Diebler is in his first full season at the helm of the Buckeyes. He was named head coach working with the team previously, associate head coach, assistant, video coordinator. Last season, he was limited, did interim coach them for 11 games, 8-3, and led them to the quarterfinals of the NIT. You got to watch out for Bruce Thornton, junior guard, 6'2", leading scorer, 12th in the Big Ten with 15.2 points per game. Third all Big Ten last year and led them in scoring 15.7 points per game. Leads them in assists also, 7 with 6.6. So you got to stop Bruce Thornton. He's a straw that stirs the drink. You got to contain him. I think they will be able to, especially with the way they're playing defense this year. Let's continue to see that. Let's continue to see you play good defense. We've seen Cam Jones. We've seen Eric Dixon. Now we get a chance to see Bruce Thornton, one of the best players in the Big Ten. John Mobley Jr., freshman guard, 6'1", wearing number 0 like D'Angelo Russell did. He also is leading the Buckeyes with 15 points per game, and he comes off the bench. He's a number 48 recruit in the 2024 class. Had 23 points against Campbell, like Derek Queen. He's freshman, starting to percolate. They have some highs, have some lows, some peaks, some valleys. But you see there that John Mobley Jr. is the guy who can put the biscuit in the basket, and he has a lot of upside. So Ohio State, Bruce Thornton is a junior, so if he's back for a senior, John Mobley is a sophomore, and then Devin Royal, sophomore forward, 6'6". He's 6'6", but he's a Minnesota class. He leads them with 7 points, 4 rebounds per game, 11th in the conference. Third leading scorer with 12.4 points a game, scored 13 points in the win over NIT. And the team's national invitation to NIT win over Cornell last year. They're very good at shooting from the field, very good shooting team. They shoot a field goal percentage of 52.2%. They have the best three-point shooting percentage in the conference, 44.8%. And their weakness, though, they foul a lot. They're aggressive. They're a smaller team, so they overcompensate with fouls. As mentioned, you see the sophomore forward, a young player, Devin Royal, is only 6'6". He averages 7.4 rebounds a game, but Derek Queen and Julian Reese are going to dominate him on the glass. I'm expecting both to have double-doubles in this game. They shoot very well from the field, so Maryland's defense will have a legitimate test against a very good shooting team. We know what, obviously, like I said, Bruce Thornton is a straw that stirs the drink. He can get into the basket. He scores 15 a game, and he gets you 6, almost 7 assists. So you got to limit his effectiveness. You got to force some turnovers on him. I think make him work on both ends. Follow him if you want to follow him with a little press. I like what we've seen from the Maryland defense under Kevin Willard. And as mentioned, they give up a lot of fouls. You can pound them inside. So, like I mentioned, can the Terps dominate the paint? That's one of my keys to the game. My first key, can the Terps continue to dominate the paint? Just impose your will. Don't be cute about it. Impose your will, because it's going to be very, very important that the Terps win inside. If they win the points in the paint battle and the rebounding battle, they're going to win a lot of games. So can the Terps continue to dominate the paint? They foul a lot. The leading rebound is only 6'6", and Julian Reese and Derek Queen are going to have a lot of favorable matchups. Big shout out to Deshaun Harris-Smith. I kind of asked what was his role on this team. He is now the sixth man, and I think that's the role that's working well for him. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists in the win over Alcorn State on Sunday. As the first player off the bench, the sixth man. He will have to continue his streak of good games to see if he can remain confident. And guarding the three, the Buckeyes being the best three-point shooting team in the conference, can they be sound defensively on the perimeter? That's going to be the keys. Can they dominate the paint inside, win a rebounding battle, get them in foul trouble, get some blocks, get to the free throw line, make your free throws? Can they limit Ohio State's ability to shoot from beyond the arc? Limit that, because I think if you can stop them from shooting at threes, you can run away potentially with this game. And Deshaun Harris-Smith, who is going to come off the bench consistently and gives this team, when Derek Queen, Julian Reese, others have to sit, who can come off the bench and give you a bucket? Who can come out and help with depth? If they have to play an extended period of time, who do you have? And Deshaun Harris-Smith fits the bill, and I hope he can continue to do that. If he can give them around 10 points, if he can get them around 10 points a game, especially with having a guy like Rodney Rice who's going to have to get spelled, Juju, Derek Queen, maybe playing with Rice shooting 40% from the three-point line. Deshaun Harris-Smith is a stat sheet stuffer kind of player. He'll get you 10. He'll get you 5 or 6 assists. He'll get you 5 or 6 rebounds, a steal or 2. So you want to continue to see that from the young player. He's still only a sophomore. This could be the role that he fits into, can get more confident and play in big moments. It's not about starting a game all the time. It is indeed about finishing the game as well. But those are my simple keys. I think the Terps are going to win here. I think the Terps are going to get to, what would that be, 8-1. I think the Terps are showing they are very capable to compete in this conference. As I mentioned, the next 2 games are very important. I said 8-2 in the first 10. You got Ohio State, then you got at Purdue this weekend. You go 1-1, you're what? You're going at least 8-2. You're going at least 8-2 without one. I said in the first 10, go 8-2. I think you have the best players on the court. I think I'm taking Julian and Derek Queen probably before I'm taking anybody on Ohio State. Like I said, honestly, with Devin Royal, he's only 6'6". I think Queen and my guy Juju, those two the Twin Towers are going to do what they do. A freshman in John Mobley, he may give you 15, but he may only give you 5. That's why it's very imperative, along with Bruce Thornton, don't get in foul trouble. A strong physical defense, force them to work on both ends, and I think it's going to be very, very imperative to get them in foul trouble. Make them guard you inside. Play at your pace. Don't turn the ball over. These are things that we know, and I think we'll be able to do that. So keys to the game, dominate the paint. Of course, rebounding battle, make your free throws. Those are things I'm always looking forward to. Obviously, you're going to get your 3 or 4 blocks. Next, you got to contain them from 3-point, from downtown. They can have them shooting under 40%. I like their chances. Contain them from downtown. Be physical. Be aggressive. Force them to put the ball on the floor and have to score over the Twin Towers of Queen and Reese. And thirdly, it's going to be definitely stay out of foul trouble. Well, thirdly is going to be get them in foul trouble, obviously. I think get them in foul trouble because of fall. We can put it all under the dominate inside. Get them in foul trouble, get blocks, win the rebounding award, make your free throws. Secondly, contain them from beyond the arc, have them shoot under 40%. And thirdly, Maryland bench outscored the Ohio State bench. Deshaun Harris-Smith, give us 10 to 15 more points. Go do it again and show what you are indeed capable of. Because if you got him as a 6 man, you know what you got with your 5, you could potentially have something. They're 23rd in net rating. So we'll see what happens there. They got a big game with Purdue coming up after that. So we will indeed see what happens. as mentioned, this team is 7-1. They are looking to get to 8-1. Do I think so? I think they will. And I think this could be a mid-70s game where you see like a 77, 75, 76, 73 type of game. Because you see Maryland, they have Ohio State tomorrow. Remember, it's a whiteout. Students, you get a free shirt and newspaper, and if you buy a discounted ticket, which you have an opportunity to purchase, you can get a shirt as well. At Ohio State tomorrow, whiteout. Sunday, go to Purdue, number 8 in the country. Then you got St. Francis, you got Syracuse, you got Maryland Eastern Shore, you got Washington, you got at Oregon, which Oregon number 12 in the country. That's to kick off the new year after the game on January 2nd. But if we can get through these next games, with them, you're 8-2 after 10. You got to think you can beat St. Francis, Syracuse, Maryland, Detroit, Washington, heading into Oregon. You're looking at possibly, 11-2, 11-3 start. First, 14, 15 games? You can get 11, 12 wins. I think that's, because after that, you got UCLA, Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska. Next test is at Illinois. Yeah, the first 15 games, this team could have 11 to 12 wins. Like I said, Oregon kind of scares me on the road. Purdue scares me, I'm not going to lie. But if they can beat Ohio State, lose to Purdue, that's 8-2. You beat St. Francis 9-2. You beat Syracuse 10-2. Eastern Shore 11-2. Washington 12-2. You could be 12-2 going into Oregon. You lose to Oregon, that's 12-3. You could be 12-3 in your first 15 games. But sound off down below. Slam dunk that subscribe button. Lay up that like button. Block that bell. Looking at the schedule, how do you feel about the Terps? What do you feel about this game coming up against the Ohio State? What are the keys to the game? What are you looking forward for this team? What do you think about the 23rd rated net rating? How does that equate to anything? Is this a tournament team? How do you think they play out the next 2 games? We'll have a preview for Purdue. That's on Sunday, so that'll come through this weekend. But block that bell to know when we're live. Leave a comment. Favorite emoji. Thoughts on the Terps. Favorite Thanksgiving dish, what you want for Christmas, anything, leave it in the comment section after you watch the video. Hit the like button, subscribe to continue to do Maryland content, basketball. I'll have a football preview, maybe look ahead to the schedule. Top felt declared for the draft. He's going to the Senior Bowl, so we'll talk about that as well. And as always, Maryland basketball, we'll recap this game and get you ready for Purdue on Sunday. Go to Flex Zone Podcast, your home for Maryland Terps content. Giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. I'm going with the Terps to improve to 8-1. Go out there and support your Terps with the whiteout. They beat Ohio State. See you next time on the Flex Zone with more Terps content.